Hello and welcome to the AHRI video update. I'm Nicole Snyder, the Communications Coordinator at AHRI, and with me today is Rupal Choksi, our Director of Quality. AHRI was recently audited by the SCC, so today we're going to talk with Rupal about what that audit is and how it went. So Rupal, why don't you start us off and tell us what is the SCC and why do they audit us in the first place?
Sure, of course. Thank you, Nicole. SCC stands for Standards Council of Canada, and as their name implies, they're located in Canada. And the whole premise behind is they actually want to promote efficient and effective standardization in Canada. And so their accreditation ensures consistency of competency, decision-making, and quality. And so there are many organizations out there that can do this. So why SCC? I'm sure people ask. There is ANSI, they do that as well. But the reason we specifically chose SCC is because it helps our participants in selling their certified equipment in Canada. So before we had our accreditation, participants had to provide independent test data for all the equipment that got shipped across the northern border. So by going through this accreditation, we take away that testing burden from them. So it's a great benefit for our participants, and this audit is conducted every year as a partial audit, and every 4 years they do a full audit. And so this year we had a partial audit. Next year will actually be our full audit.
And what exactly does it mean when they audit us? What do they look at?
Okay, so when they come in, it's an in-house audit. They come here. This year it was for 2 days. It was conducted February 23rd, February 24th. And we have to show our compliance to the ISO IEC standard 17065. That standard outlines the requirements for bodies and organizations that are operating as certification bodies, or CBs. And so what we have to do is we have to show in all of our documentation how we comply to each of the sections in 17065. So our documents could include our operations manual, general or product specific, our brand usage manual, our certification agreements, all of our standards. So it's a pretty lengthy process. For this ISO standard 17065, there's a few areas that are main areas of focus. One is personnel competency. So it's not just AHRI staff, but also the labs. So what they want to know is, how do we as AHRI believe that our engineers are qualified to do their jobs? And then also, how do we believe the labs are qualified to do the testing on our behalf? Another area of focus are our internal audits that we do once a year, as well as our management reviews of the entire management system that we have in place. Another area of focus is a management of impartiality. They want to know if we're identifying risks that could impact impartiality in any decision making. And there's also some general and Canadian requirements as well, since they're located in Canada, such as proper use of our mark, proper use of their mark, as well as ensuring that all of our labs are 17025 accredited.
Well, it sounds like it's an extraordinarily thorough audit. So how did AHRI do?
So this year we did really well. I'm proud to say that for the 4th year in a row, we were assessed no nonconformances, which is a huge deal. And in addition, for the first time, the auditors gave us 3 commendations. And so those were areas that they wanted to focus that we're doing an excellent job. The 3 areas were that they believe AHRI has developed and adheres to very high standards in our competency management. The second area is that we encourage a collaborative and sharing of ideas of great team environment here at AHRI. And the third area is our ability to balance not only the needs of our certification participants and members, but the general public as well. And that auditors did mention that it was the first time in their careers that they ever gave out 3 commendations to any organization. So we're very proud of that this year.
Well, that's excellent news. Well, thanks so much for meeting with us today, Rupal.
Thank you again.
And please stay tuned for the next AHRI video update.